I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex.
Judging by his track record in World Superbike, there's little doubt about the Turkish rider's abilities. Toprak is known as one of the riders with the most extreme braking techniques in motorcycle racing. He's able to maintain speed when entering corners and often performs maneuvers that other riders wouldn't dare attempt. This riding style is what convinced Yamaha that Toprak has great potential to lead the next generation Motogp project. However, the reality is that Motogp is a very different world from World SBK. Motogp prototype bikes have a much more complex character. Electronics work more aggressively, aerodynamics have a significant impact on performance, and handling restrictions during the race is a major factor in determining the final result. History also shows that not all World SBK champions shine immediately upon entering Motogp. Some take a long time to adapt, and some even fail to meet expectations. This is what makes Yamaha's project with Toprak so interesting to observe. Based on various reports from Yamaha's development environment, the Japanese manufacturer is not only striving to create a faster bike, but also changing its development philosophy. While previous riders demanded adjustments to the bike's characteristics, Yamaha is now striving to build a bike that suits Toprak's riding style. The latest generation V4 engine, which will form the basis of the 850 cubic centimeters motorcycle, has reportedly undergone several significant revisions. Power distribution has been made smoother, engine braking characteristics have been continuously refined, and chassis balance has also been changed to improve cornering stability. All of these developments are believed to be aimed at maximizing Toprak's greatest advantage, the ability to brake very late without losing speed. Furthermore, the 2027 Motogp regulations, which will reduce the use of aerodynamic devices, require all manufacturers to start from nearly the same starting point. This could be an advantage for Yamaha, as the performance differences between motorcycles are expected to be less significant than in the previous era. However, competition will also become much fiercer, as each manufacturer races to find the best concept from the start. Honda is reportedly investing heavily to accommodate the new regulations. KTM continues to develop its next-generation engine and chassis package. Aprilia is also relentlessly improving its motorcycle's performance. Meanwhile, Ducati, the team that has dominated the last few seasons, will certainly not remain silent in the face of these major changes. In other words, Toprak will not only have to defeat one rival, but also all manufacturers are embarking on new projects. And here's the full news. High hopes continue to accompany Toprak Gatlioglu's steps into the new era of Motogp in 2027. Since Yamaha confirmed that all of their development focus will be directed towards the 850 cubic centimeters bike in accordance with the new regulations, the Turkish rider's name has increasingly become a topic of conversation in the paddock. Many believe that Toprak is the man who will return Yamaha to the path of competing for the World Championship after several seasons lagging behind its rivals. However, amidst this wave of optimism, a question arises that is far more important than simply how fast Toprak posted during testing. That question is, will Toprak truly be capable of mastering the Yamaha 850 cubic centimeters when the 2027 season begins, or are current expectations simply too high? Given his track record throughout his World Superbike career, there's little doubt about Toprak Gatlioglu's quality. He is known as one of the most talented riders the world of motorcycle racing has ever seen. His ability to brake very late, maintain balance at extreme braking points, and control the rear tire when exiting corners gives him a riding style that is very different from other riders. Time and again, he was able to pull off seemingly impossible maneuvers, even when his opponents thought there was no room for overtaking. This riding style is what led Yamaha to see extraordinary potential when they began developing their future Motogp project. However, in reality, Motogp is not World Superbike. The differences between the two championships are far greater than they appear from the outside. Motogp bikes use pure prototypes specifically designed for maximum performance. Aerodynamics have a huge impact on speed, electronics are far more complex, power management systems must be understood in detail, and riders are required to maintain tire performance throughout the race. All of these aspects require a lengthy adaptation process, even for riders who are already world champions. This is why many observers choose to remain cautious in making predictions. TOPRAK'S certainly possesses extraordinary talent, but Motogp history shows that talent alone is not always enough. Many great riders have taken a long time to truly understand the characteristics of prototype bikes. Even some big names have failed to live up to expectations due to difficulties adapting to the technical demands of Motogp, which are far more complex than other championships. On the other hand, Yamaha seems to have recognized this challenge from the start. That's why they are not only developing a new engine, but also changing their development philosophy. While in the past, riders had to adapt to the characteristics of the YZR M1, the situation is now changing. According to various reports circulating in the paddock, Yamaha is actually building an 850 cubic centimeters bike to better suit TOPRAK'S natural character. This means the project isn't just about creating a faster bike, but rather one that maximizes the abilities of its main rider. This move is evident in the various revisions made to the latest V4 prototype. Power distribution is reportedly made more linear to make the bike easier to control when exiting corners. Engine braking has also been refined to suit TOPRAK'S habit of relying heavily on aggressive braking. Furthermore, changes to the chassis geometry, the position of the bike's center of gravity, and even the swing arm design are constantly being tested to produce a more stable bike when entering corners at high speed. Several reports from testing sessions even mention that every piece of feedback TOPRAK provides becomes a key evaluation for Yamaha engineers. They are no longer just seeking more engine power, but also striving to create a balance that allows riders to exploit the bike's full potential without losing confidence on the track. However, Yamaha's work is far from finished. One of the biggest challenges yet to be solved is corner exit acceleration. Over the past few seasons, Ducati has become the benchmark for almost all manufacturers in terms of traction and power delivery efficiency. Yamaha has continued to improve, but to truly match Ducati's performance, further refinement is needed. If this area isn't optimal when the season starts, TOPRAK will struggle to capitalize on his braking advantage, as his opponents still have better straight-line acceleration. Besides engine issues, Yamaha also faces new challenges in aerodynamics. The 2027 Motogp regulations will reduce the use of aerodynamic devices, forcing all manufacturers to seek new concepts. Many analysts believe the regulation changes this will actually reduce Ducati's dominance, as their lead over the past few years has been heavily influenced by remarkable aerodynamic developments. On the other hand, Yamaha sees this change as a golden opportunity to catch up. However, the regulation changes aren't just for Yamaha. Honda is also undergoing a major restructuring to welcome the new era. KTM continues to increase investment in its Motogp project. Aprilia is maturing its motorcycle package, while Ducati will certainly not stop innovating. This means that the 2027 season will not just be a competition between Yamaha and Ducati, but will be a battle between all manufacturers starting from almost the same starting point. In such a situation, the rider's skills will have a much greater influence than before. This is where TOPRAK'S name is once again in the spotlight. Many engineers believe that one of TOPRAK'S greatest strengths is not just his speed, but his ability to understand the bike's behavior in a short time. He is known to be able to sense small changes in the chassis, suspension, and power distribution in just a few laps. This ability to provide detailed technical input is what has made Yamaha even more confident in making him the centerpiece of the 850 cubic centimeters project development. Several sources in the paddock even revealed that TOPRAK'S telemetry data provided new perspectives for the Yamaha engineering team. His braking, throttle, and body positioning during corners produced different data patterns compared to other Yamaha riders. This information served as the basis for the engineers to continuously refine the bike's characteristics to better suit the rider's riding style. However, all these positive developments don't guarantee that Toprak will immediately dominate Motogp. Season-long races present vastly different challenges than testing sessions. The pressure of competing for points, tire strategies, changing weather conditions, and even direct competition with world champions will be the real test.